Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chai and Chapters, where conversations are as warm as the tea and as real as our stories. This is a space where we sip, speak, feel, and heal. Welcome. We've been on a journey where I've been telling you guys about my story, and I know it's been a tough one for many of you, and also a relief to some of you because I've received very good feedback where people are saying, I'm glad to know I'm not alone in this journey. And that is why this podcast is here, so that we can strengthen each other and be there for one another in whatever capacity. So now I just wanted to share what steps, little steps I used to take in order for me to overcome the trauma that had taken place. And one of the things that I really appreciate this day when I recall is my Bible study friends. We used to meet like once a week. And that interaction, it didn't stop. We continued. So it makes you sort of feel like, life is going on and you're not alone in whatever it is that you're going through. So that's one thing, like finding your tribe and your community that will hold your hand in this journey is like one of the most vital things. Sort of like you need a clutch to walk. So your friends become that clutch. They may not necessarily give you the advice because they don't have the experience, but just by them being there, their presence and everything, that goes a long way. And you can find your own path. The journey of healing is not the same for everybody. So find your own tribe, your own kind of a small community that can hold your hand. It could be your family, it could be your friends, it could be your partner, it could be anyone that you're comfortable being around. So that really helped me a lot. And then I also did some short trips because it's very therapeutic when you're doing like a road trip. So that was one of the other things because I love traveling. So I would do that with my close friends, and any chance that I had to take an out of town trip, I would grab it, and it would be very therapeutic for me because you don't focus so much on what is happening around you or within you, but you focus on living life because life has to move on. One someone has passed on, and you have to move on with life. One of the other benefits of telling your story is empowerment because owning your story gives you power over it. It no longer defines who you are. So tell your story, have a release, let whatever it is come out, let that pain out, share it with someone, let them know how your journey has been. Speak about it, even if it's therapy you have to do. It's very important that you just find a way to release, because if you don't release, then what happens? You have pent up anger. You can actually become a very bitter person, which doesn't work. That means your relationships are going to be very strained because you're ticked off very easily, because I went through that kind of a stage. But when you share it and you express and you release, then it doesn't have power over you, and you're able to overcome and live at peace with other people. Because when you're going through that, you normally feel like you're the only one going through that kind of a traumatic time. But remember, there are other people maybe going through even worse. So what we do, we need to commonize, as much as it's a personal story for you, let it be like a common, story, because somebody somewhere is going through the same. So also release to someone, release to a therapist, release to nature. If nature gives you peace, if nature is therapeutic for you, do it. Go on a trip, do whatever it is that makes you feel grounded. So that's the other thing that I would want to share with you guys. The thing is inspiration. Your lived experiences, no matter how messy, can light the way for someone else who is going through the same. And that is what I've been receiving. So many calls and so many texts of people telling me you've made me realize that I can actually walk through this thing. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And that is the reason why this podcast is here, so that we can honor your pain, we can honor your experience, because that is who we are. Well, our stories make us, our stories mold us, and you light the way for somebody else when you share. For me to be able to share my story, somebody else has done so before me, and they have sort of like given me permission also, given me the courage to be able to speak. Because if I don't speak, who else will? It's my story. So I speak it and give it life and make it heal and help somebody else who is out there, who thinks that they cannot move on in life because they had a loss of a child. So, yes, we inspire each other as we tell our stories. There's also the aspect of legacy, where you have memories and shared wisdom which people can go back to and sort of lean on. Because look at people who've passed on, but we still glean on their wisdom. So, one of the benefits of just sharing your story is helping somebody in another generation who'll come and listen to it and say, oh, I've gone through similar, or I know someone who's gone through similar, but look at how this lady is, advising on how to just walk after grief or live after grief, and that life doesn't have to stop there. You can still be a happy person, you can still be a charming person. Yes, grief may change you, but it doesn't remove the authentic self that you are. So you can still be who you are called to be, and walk in your purpose, and be able to live in harmony with yourself and with other people. So don't let grief stop you from anything. Just let it make you learn whatever it is you need to learn. Let it be your teacher, because there's a reason why we go through shakeups in life. It's not just for nothing. And it's not like you are hated or God doesn't love you. No, it's a time where we as human mortal beings don't really understand. But after some time, you realize that you actually do have something to share with somebody who may be going through the same. You can be an anchor to someone who has been through that kind of a terrible phase of their lives. I call it terrible because of how it feels. But at the end of the day, there is good that comes out of everything that we may feel is nasty or bad. So let's hang in there. Let's hold each other. Let's not stigmatize people who are losing kids, or people who are not able to carry, people who are not even able to conceive. Let's just be there. Let's love on each other. You never know what someone is going through. You may be laughing with them, but you don't know what they're battling. So just hang in there, ladies, and welcome to this space. Just come and share your experience, and let's grow and heal together. Also, one of the other reasons that I shared my story is just breaking the silence. I think it was about time to just break the silence. Sharing what is often hidden, the grief, the shame, the struggle. It does help dismantle the stigma and encourages open dialogue, because that's what I've been seeing. And I see people reaching out and saying, wow, I didn't even know you went through this. And these are people I've known for long. But you see, sometimes in life, you have to break that silence and let that story not have a hold over you. No matter what you've been through, don't let any experience be like the one that shames you, or you struggle in some areas of your life because you've been through one, two, three. No, it's okay. Life is to be lived no matter what you've been through. And that stigmatization, I think people are coming out of it slowly, because when one person comes out and shares about what they've been through and the kind of loss that has happened, then you give the rest of us permission and a soft ground to come and be ourselves and share what we have also been through. So thank you to the ladies who've shared their experiences on loss. Thank you to the women who've not shied away from what they've been through. Thank you to everyone that has been encouraging other women on this journey, and yet they've not been through that pain. So I really applaud even everyone that holds another woman's hand who's been through such a traumatic time. Thank you, and let's just keep doing that. Let's keep loving each other. Let's keep being there for each other, because I mean, love wins at the end of the day. So one of the other things that I realized is that there is transformation. Both the storyteller and the listener are changed, sort of like a sacred exchange that sparks growth in both the one listening and the one speaking. So that is why telling our stories in raw, authentic form can build, not destroy. It builds because it changes both the listener and the storyteller. Somehow they feel they can connect with you more. They can also be vulnerable with you in what they're going through in life. So it changes both. And there's sort of some, I would say, an honor for what you've been through. Like, I've had stories of people who've been through traumatic experiences, and I honor their grief, I honor their experience. You're able to see this person in a different light. You're able to appreciate the person they are more than before, because it changes both. It changes the storyteller and it changes the person who's listening. So it's a beautiful transformation journey for both, because for the storyteller, they're healing through it as they share it, and they're becoming stronger, because it's like a coming out. You come out and you're able to say, yeah, this is who I am, and I own it, and I'm not ashamed of it anymore, and I'm not keeping it hidden anymore. This is it, guys. Take it or leave it. Love me or hate me. This is who I am. So it's one of those things that has made me feel like I've just come out, like a bird that is caged and then you let it out and it flies. That's exactly how I feel. And it's a beautiful feeling because it's freeing. There is freedom in it. So, guys, tell your story. Now, after, I think was it before the baby's burial? What I did to sort of help ground myself was doing some exercises in the house. I remember my mom sending some video of this lady. I do it till today. Like when I feel my body is lethargic and I need some movement, when I can't walk in Karura or out there, I normally use that video by Leslie Sansom. She normally has like 3 to 4 mile walks, or even 2 or 1. So I used to ground myself. That was one of the ways I grounded myself, by putting on that video. Remember, now I'm not working. So I would put on that video and go along with the steps and work out with that lady. It would be like a 45-minute walk, which did me really well. It did me really well because at that point, your body is not the same. You're still healing. Your mind also needs to relax. So because I didn't want to get out there, I didn't have the psych to, I used to use that video just to help me move around. And I found that I would actually sleep better. So try that if you can. And then also what happened, I mean, I think I was, I wouldn't say I was strong because of on my own accord. I had support. My partner then suggested, you know what, Kathy, because you're not going back to work, why don't we get you a dryer and a temporary sink, and you can have a sort of like a salon right in the comfort of your home. And that's what we did, because when I came out of the hospital, he had moved us from where we used to live to a place where there was a like a standalone house, and it had a big veranda or a patio or something, and that is where I set up my little salon. And to my amazement, so many people, so many of my clients would actually come from far and wide just to come and support my business. And it was very, very healing for me. It felt nice that people still did see me as, Kathy, you know, and they would come, and I never got broke, I can tell you that. And that also helped me because I got busy. I was busy, and it was one of the things that I said, wow, I'm grateful for this, because was it not for this, what would I be doing? So that was a very timely idea. And I really appreciate my partner, for suggesting that. It was very good for me, because what used to happen, he would go to work and I would be left in the house alone. So what am I doing in the house alone, after such a time? And remember, we haven't even married, so you can imagine. So that also helped me. It really helped me because I got busy doing what I love. And it was one of the best things that I can say happened to me during that time. The support was amazing from all my clients who used to come. I really, really appreciate when women decide to support each other, it's really something, honestly. But again, when they decide not to support each other, it's horrible. But this podcast, being a women podcast, I really want to applaud and appreciate women for the support they give to other women, because there's nothing like a woman supporting another woman. It hits different, honestly, because she can sort of relate, but maybe, because she knows the process of giving birth to a child. There's one who also knows what you've been through, but they've never shared with you. So there's that quiet knowing that another woman has of another woman. And when you decide to hold the hand of your sister, it hits different. It's such an amazing thing, because that heals you, that grounds you, that makes you feel so appreciated and seen, So I'd like to share something else that I hope maybe the hospitals or the doctors or family members and spouses can relate to, or they can adjust. When I lost the baby girl, I didn't get to see her. I didn't get to see how she looked. And I think she was just disposed, and people made decisions. They made decisions, and I wasn't allowed to, or rather, not allowed, but given the space to decide what I would have wanted to do. So that made me not heal from that particular experience, because I feel the mother needs to be consulted on that. It helps in closure, because I had closure with the boy after we married, but now with the girl it was different. So I think family members or spouses or the doctors, the nurses, the hospital need to give the mother that chance and not let other people make decision for you, because unless the mother says, I really don't wish to see, I'm not strong enough, then you have the permission you know, to do whatever it is. But if she has not even seen, acknowledged that this was her child, then you leave her hanging somewhere, and healing becomes very hard. Because I was only able to let her go the other day when I started sharing my story. And I realized I had been carrying such a heavy burden in my heart that I didn't even realize. So let mothers decide, give them the chance to decide. I know some of these decisions are made out of love, because you feel maybe she's taken quite a beating. She may not be able, it may overwhelm her. But I think no matter how overwhelming it feels or it looks, just let the mom have that time to decide. Let her decide what she wants. Let her decide if she wants to see the child or not, because that is helping her in her journey of closure and healing. So that's all I would want to recommend to anybody out there. Like, I know, people make decisions out of love and out of care for their loved ones, but it's also important to ask them, you know, because it will help them. You know, it's one of the most important things I feel. For me, I think I would have wanted that. But anyway, I still understand and I still love my people. And I know everything was done out of love. But that is what I wanted to share out there. So thank you guys for tuning in. I've really enjoyed being in this space with you guys. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel on Chai and Chapters on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to hear this. Thank you. Until next time, goodbye.